What's going on, Thunder fans? Welcome back to the Bring the Thunder podcast. I'm here with Jack today. We're going to do our pregame show. OKC is hosting the Golden State Warriors tonight. The Warriors have been pretty banged up. Curry was out with the illness, but they are officially healthy tonight. For the most part, they're just missing Al Horford. And obviously, OKC is still dealing with their Lou Dort, Aaron Wiggins, J-Dub injuries, and obviously Kenrich and the rest of them. But tonight at 8 o'clock, OKC will be hosting the Golden State Warriors. The expected lineups for the Warriors is Curry, Kuminga, Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green, and Quentin Post. And for OKC, they're going to continue to go with SGA, Cason Wallace, AJ Mitchell, Isaiah Hartenstein, and Chet Holmgren. Jack, we're going to get straight into it. I mean, the Warriors are coming off a big win against Indiana, but Indiana's been banged up, and so is Golden State. And obviously, OKC's coming off their win against Memphis, finally returning to home after a 4-game away stand. We'll get right into it, Jack. Who's your overrated player for the Golden State Warriors?
I don't actually have one. I think because there's such a huge drop off in this team outside of the top 7 or 8. So I think those 8 have proven themselves. I mean, you got Curry, Draymond, Neville, and then the rest are just like too bad or too irrelevant to be overrated. So I don't actually have anyone.
Yeah, it's funny you say that. I actually don't have anyone either. I think every one of these players are solid. They have a great lineup, great roster. Obviously, most of them are proven. Curry, Butler, Draymond, Al Horford. I was trying to nitpick and find somebody, but I actually couldn't. So it's going to be a tough matchup tonight for sure for OKC. I guess we'll just move right over to underrated player for Golden State.
I have Will Richards. I know it's a bit of a obvious pick now that he scored 30, but I think what he's doing is pretty solid, and that's a great pickup for them. I think that just proves their drafting is actually really underrated as well, the Warriors. So,
yeah,
good job.
Yeah, I agree. Kid from Florida has been outstanding to start the season. I thought about him, but I went towards a bigger name. I went towards Jimmy Butler. This year, averaging just under 20 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists. He's been very good for Golden State. And especially, he got traded halfway through the year last year. So the more time they spend together, the better they're going to, play and fit. And I think in this matchup, especially without J-Dub and without Lou Dort, Butler's going to be hard to contain. And we'll see how we do. But I believe he will be pretty solid for them tonight. X Factor, Jack, for the Golden State Warriors.
I've got Buddy Hield. Some games he'll go for 30 or threes, and then some games he won't at all. But if his shot is falling, then it'll be a long day, especially when you have to look after Steph Curry and Buddy Hield from the perimeter. But if he's not, then I think we can focus on Steph and we'll be all right. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't heat up.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen him heat up, especially when he was on the Kings in OKC. He's had some games in OKC for sure. I went with Kuminga. Jonathan Kuminga hasn't really worked out for him at all, really, in Golden State. They've had some butting of the heads over there with Steve Kerr and Kuminga, but Jimmy Butler seems to love the guy. He's a big forward. He can shoot the ball. He could drive. He's athletic as hell. And again, I think, with our forwards being out, with Lou and J-Dub being out, I'd like to see who they put on him. I want to think they're going to put maybe Shai on him, but we'll see. Kuminga could also have a pretty effective game tonight against us, especially on the glass. I think he's pretty underrated rebounder when it comes, with the matchup he has tonight. And then your favorite, Jack. I know this one's tough.
Yeah, this is probably the toughest, but I guess I'll go with Al Horford, former Thunder legend. But I mean, there's not that many players on the team that I'd consider my favorite.
Yeah, I just went with Curry, I guess. I don't know. Curry's fun to watch. He always has been. I don't really like any of their players. Not a big Draymond guy. I mean, I respect all of them, but not any fan favorites on my side anyway. All right, we'll get straight into the betting lines here. OKC at home, obviously probably the best team in the NBA right now, but they're banged up. got a pretty healthy Warriors team. OKC's -7.5 on the spread and -305 on the money line. I'm going to kick it to you first, but I think that's a crazy number, especially with OKC being injured.
Yeah, that is nuts. But at the end of the day, I think this is the first time we've been in this situation of this injured against such a team. So I got no clue what to expect, to be honest. I think it can go either way, but hopefully we cover, but I can't really see it happening, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's weird. I feel like all last year we were favored by so much, especially in games like this, and I always thought it was too big of a number. But I guess they just think OKC's that much better than Golden State right now. I mean, Golden State's been injured and sick with Curry's illness, and with OKC missing their forwards in this game, I think it's going to be a tough game. I guess if I had to predict it, I'd take Golden State +7.5. I'm still going to take OKC at home to win the game outright, but I think that number is a little too big for me. I feel like it should be almost like 2.5, honestly, like especially with Dort and Jada about it. This Golden State team is solid.
For sure.
All right, we'll get into a little bit of points action. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this seems to be the number they put him on mostly every game, 31.5. It's slightly favored. Your takes on Shai's night?
I don't know who's going to stop him, really. They don't really have the premium defender that most teams have that they put on Shai. So I think his night will be whatever he makes it, but hopefully it'll be a big night.
Yeah, I think it's going to be tough for them to stop. I think they'll probably – I mean, they got good length tonight on the defensive side of the ball. They'll go with maybe Kuminga, maybe Jimmy Butler, and then they'll have Draymond down there in the paint waiting for him. I think they have a solid defense. I just think he's too good, and he'll score no matter what the case is. We've seen that in last year's playoffs as well. So I'm going to take the over on Shai's points just because I believe tonight's going to be a night where he's going to have to show why he's the reigning MVP because it's going to be a tough game for sure. All right, moving on. I want to highlight another player. AJ Mitchell's line is set at 15.5, Jack.
Over. I'm expecting a big game from him. I hinted at this at the end of our post-game show against Memphis, but I said this would be a great test to see how he goes against like a better team than what we've played, and I think it's a big opportunity as well. So I'm very interested to see how these guys who have helped us get 10-1 without the main guys go tonight. But give me the over.
That's a super interesting line for me because clearly he's been outstanding to start this season. But if they go, which I'm guessing they will, Curry on Case and Wallace to start the game, that automatically means that either Jimmy Butler or Jonathan Kuminga will be guarding AJ Mitchell to start. And that's clearly going to be a tough matchup for him, and then Shai as well. I just expect more paint dominance tonight, to be honest. I'll probably take AJ's under. Hopefully Shai's over and Chet and Hartenstein to kind of dominate inside, which they have been all season long.
Another point for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Out of his 11 games, nine have been over 15 points. So
there you go. So we're kind of just like jinxing it at this point here.
No.
All right. One last line I wanted to check out on the Golden State side of the ball. Curry's line, 23.5 points. OKC obviously has a great defense. AJ Mitchell, Shai, and Kaysen Wallace, all great guard defenders. Obviously, Kaysen will most likely be on Curry to start. Over 23.5.
I think I'm going to go over. If you had Lou Dort in that rotation as well, then he just wouldn't breathe the whole game. But there might be certain plays where he will. So, yeah. I mean, it's Steph Curry. He's like one of the greatest players of all time. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to predict Curry nowadays. Like, he could go for 40 whenever he wants, or he could just have a quiet night, especially coming off his illness. But I got to respect it a little bit. I think he goes over 23. I mean, You mentioned there is no Lou Dort. I think that's pretty big. Even though Kaysen holds his own, Caruso will hold his own, but 23 seems a bit low for me there. But outside of that, I mean, it's going to be a really tough game. This is the first night of a back-to-back. Tomorrow night we're playing the Lakers, but we are as healthy as we can be tonight. We're throwing Chet in. Interesting to see if he plays tomorrow as well. But this might be a revenge game for Chet because the last time I checked, Chet Holmgren had his hip injury at home against Golden State just last season. So I'd love for Chet to pop off tonight, especially with the matchup he has down low, whether that's Draymond or Quentin Post, either one.
Yeah.
But all right, that'll do it for our pregame show. Kickoff at 8 p.m. tonight. Again, if you guys are enjoying the content, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you guys live for our postgame live, hopefully after a huge Thunder victory at home. Again, we both taken plus 7.5, but OKC outright, and we will see you guys after the game. And Thunder up, baby. Let's go.